Earlier, Turkey was considered an important ally of the United States. Ankara was an integral part of the F-35 stealth fighter jet program. Erdogan paid over $1.4 billion for the F-35 in 2019. However, they struck a low point ever since Turkey's deal with Russia. Trump warned Turkey that US will scrap the deal if Turkey continued to engage with Russia. Washington then imposed sanctions on Turkey's defense industry over the S-400 missile defense system. So what troubled the US and why did they pull out of the F-35 deal? Now, Washington feared that Russia could use the S-400 to acquire classified information, and Turkey's F-35 deal to acquire classified information as well. The deal could further expose and pose risk to the US and NATO's defense system.
British warship was sailing through the sensitive Taiwan Strait en route to Vietnam. On its Twitter account, the HMS Richmond announced that it was passing through the Taiwan Strait on its way to Vietnam. In the tweet, the HMS Richmond, which is part of the UK's Carrier Strike Group 21, said it had just undergone a busy period working with partners and allies in the East China Sea. The move is likely to anger Beijing amid heightened tensions between China and Taiwan. China, which claims democratic Taiwan as its own, has recently stepped up military activity around it. Beijing has been applying pressure on Taiwan by sending a large number of ships, which it claims to be fishing vessels, into the disputed South China Sea.
Former Army Colonel Theonest Bagosora died in a hospital in Mali where he was serving his 35-year sentence for his role in the genocide. He was 80. The news of his death was announced by his son in a Facebook post. In 2008, the then International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, sitting in Arusha, Tanzania, sentenced Bagosora to life in prison after being found guilty of genocide and crimes against humanity. In 2011, upon appeal, the sentence was revised to 35 years in prison. Bagosora was a key figure in President Juvenal Habyarimana's government and party, whose death after his plane was struck by a missile on April 6, 1994, triggered the killings.
A mudslide has killed at least 2 people in South China. A dozen others remain missing after a wall of dirt and mud slammed into a shed at a construction site in Sichuan province Sunday morning. 17 people were inside at the time. More than 100 rescuers are on site digging through the debris, searching for survivors. Some of the firefighters had to reach the site by foot because roads are blocked. The area is seeing heavy rain. Officials have warned of possible flooding.
According to the European Mediterranean Seismological Center and the United States Geological Survey, a 6.0 magnitude earthquake struck the Greek island of Crete. The EMSC initially reported that the quake had a magnitude of 6.5, adjusting the magnitude to 6.0 shortly thereafter with a depth of 10 kilometers. The epicenter was reported to be around 25 kilometers southeast of the city of Heraklion. EMSC further informed that a number of aftershocks have also struck the area, with the strongest one registering at a magnitude of 4.6. Local media in Crete have reported that some old buildings had experienced structural damage, with walls collapsing in villages near the epicenter.
Hundreds of protesters took to the streets of Tunisian capital on Sunday, demanding the country's constitution to be respected and parliament reinstated. Some of those participating in the protests were lawmakers from the Islamist party in Enda. According to Jamila here, an Enda party lawmaker, the constitution of the Second Republic must be respected. President Kais Said's recent decrees bolstered the already near total power he granted himself 2 months ago. Dozens of Said supporters held a counter-protest but were separated by security barriers. On Saturday, more than 100 Enda officials announced their resignation to protest the choices of the movement's leadership.
Swiss voters on Sunday agreed to legalize same-sex marriage by a nearly two-thirds majority. The amended law will make it possible for same-sex couples to get married and to adopt children. Married lesbian couples will also be allowed to have children through sperm donation, currently legal only for married heterosexual couples. Amnesty International said in a statement that the new law was a, quote, milestone for equality. Its passage will also make it easier for the foreign spouse of a Swiss national to get citizenship. The Swiss Justice Minister said the new rules would likely go into effect on July 1st of 2022.